Hey guys, how's it going? Today's video I'm showing you how we created the cut flower garden beds on the new flower farm. So here I am just mowing the section to make sure it's all good to go before we've gone in here with the tiller on the back of the tractor, and basically I just said to my husband, just go where I've mowed because I hadn't measured anything out yet. So he was a true champ and went through and tilled that whole section for me. And then I've gone through, you can see me there in the background sprinkling some stuff. That's gypsum. So we just use that to help to break down the clay. And each time I make the garden beds, I'll add some more. So now I'm actually measuring it out, and I tell you what, this did my head in. Trying to measure and figure out exactly where I wanted to put those beds was a nightmare. I really needed some help, but I didn't have any, and my math was a bit off. And then where I started the other end, so like this is say the top of the bed, where I wanted the bottom of the bed, I was always out. So I did a couple of practice ones there before I started videoing it because, you know, delete button, forgot about that. So I've put on, this is compost that I'm putting on now, and then I'm going to go through and spread it out in just in the sections that I want to till and plant. I didn't want to waste the compost over the whole bed. I didn't want to compost the pathways. So then I've just ran over it with the tiller to combine it all with the native soil. And some sections were really nice to work with because this was a paddock that used to have cattle in it and they had hay racks. So where the hay racks were was really well composted, I suppose. The ground underneath it was really soft and lush and beautiful, and then where there was none of that, it was rock hard clay. So like on this bed, I just put the compost at the top end here where there was no, well, it was not as good as the other end. It's a lot harder here. And then you can see that the tiller kind of sinks in there where it gets really nice soil. So it's all mixed in nice and well. So that bit was actually done after we'd had 50 mil of rain, which did wonders for the clay soil. Here you can see the string lines where I've marked out the 1.2 meters for each bed. And then I've just gone through and sort of fixed up the soil and brought it back into line. And now I'm going to add a premium garden soil to the top just to give it a top layer. It's probably maybe 4 inches thick once I spread it all out. And I probably don't have to put it on, but I will end up planting into this because of the clay, that even though I've put the compost through it, it will bake on top and be a really hard layer on the top. So I didn't want to plant into that, and then I know how hard it will be later on to try and get the plants out when I want to flip the beds. So planting them into this premium garden soil just made all the difference at my old farm. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's all I'm doing here, just spreading that out and making it look as even and as pretty as I can. So much of me wanted to be perfect, but my back was telling me done is better than perfect. So yeah, you can see there where the tractor marks are where I sunk. So it's like just that end of the bed where they obviously had some hay racks. It was so nice in those sections. So I planted perennials into those so that I don't have to flip them as often. here is my trying to get it perfect part, where I've gone through with, I think it's like a lawn rake or something, and that's just to make it as flat as I can, which is also really good for the drip irrigation because you want it to be as flat and as even as possible so that the drip spreads out. And here is a look at the final product. So that is 18 beds ready to go. Most of them, I think 10 of them will be perennial beds and 8 are annuals. So I'm going to go through and lay weed mat in the pathways, and then I'll plant straight into the soil, like no fabric for the perennials, but the annuals I will put down some fabric and plant into that. I'm so happy with it. It looks really cool. People drive in and think, oh my god, that is such a serious vegetable patch. And they don't realize that it's flowers. Look at that. How cool is that? I can't wait to have it all planted up. You'll notice here there's lots of footprints. So I have some kind of animal that also likes my garden beds. I'm not sure if they're bunnies or cats or fox. But once I get over there and we're fully living there, I'll bring my cats over there, and that'll help control the pest problem that I apparently have. They haven't dug much, and you'll see in a sec a little sneak peek of perhaps next week's video. They haven't eaten my seedlings, so if it is rabbits, they haven't found this section just here. But there's a little sneak peek of some beds in action. And that, my friends, is the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.